As it often is, we keep hearing whistleblower with no name attached to it.
And there's a reason for that and why a federal law protects them. They've brought down companies, sent people to jail, saved lives. The whistleblower.
They dream about being able to watch their kids swim in a pool without worrying that they'll have to have a hysterectomy at the age of 20.
But a whistleblower in the federal government,
armed with the truth, wields enormous pressure.
Can excuse the cliche, make a federal case out of it.
So there's a much more strict definition there, and that is an employee who's raising a particular concern about something that's going wrong in the government agency for which he or she works.
As we've seen this week, it is a complicated road that an official whistleblower complaint can take before and if it reaches Congress. One thing that is not complicated is the law to protect a government employee who comes forward. The Intelligence Community Whistleblower Act ensures that. Senior political analyst Mitch Kokai with the John Locke Foundation in Raleigh explains.
And that basically stops your supervisor or a boss or someone else within the agency from taking a retaliatory action against you. They can't fire you, they can't demote you or give you some sort of terrible assignment that would force you to want to get out of the job.
The complainant, who alleges incidents involving President Trump and the president of the Ukraine, is anonymous. In Thursday's hearing, the acting director of national intelligence, Joseph McGuire, said he believes the whistleblower acted in good faith, but even he doesn't know who the person is. With huge potential ramifications, the question of partisanship will always be asked.
The vast majority of whistleblower cases involve people who are really stand-up folks who want to make sure that government is doing what it's supposed to do and not just lining people's pockets or unfairly targeting people out in the public with some sort of action that they don't deserve. So you need to have whistleblower protection.
So, Russ, can they say who they are if they choose to?
It's up to them completely. You know, we've seen many cases where they've chosen to, or if they've moved forward with, say, a civil action and their name is in the suit, but it's completely up to them.